Hi, I'm Becky. In this video, I'm going to talk you through an analysis of Banquo's ghost scene in Act 3, Scene 4 of William Shakespeare's play Macbeth. In the play, Shakespeare tracks the tragic downfall of the character Macbeth. Ambition is responsible for Macbeth's rise to power, but also the blame for his downfall. Macbeth's ambition leads him to become fixated with remaining powerful as king, which means he kills innocent people in order to keep his power. Macbeth becomes obsessed with the supernatural until the point of insanity. Through the play Macbeth, Macbeth goes from being the most human and sympathetic when his manliness is mocked and demeaned by his wife, but later resolved himself into a far more stereotypical villain and asserts his manliness over that of his wife. In this commentary, I will comment on the portrayal of the ghost of Banquo and how directors portrayed it differently to symbolize certain ideas. Previously in the play, Macbeth murdered the loyal King Duncan with the help of his wife, Lady Macbeth. Macbeth orders both Banquo and his son Fleance to be murdered because of Banquo's rising suspicion about King Duncan's death and Macbeth's fear that Banquo's son would take Macbeth's royal place. Macbeth invites Banquo to the dinner, knowing that he will not be able to attend on account of being dead. Later that evening, at the banquet, Macbeth is told of Banquo's murder. However, Fleance escaped unharmed. Macbeth sees the ghost of Banquo, and his strange behavior startles his wife and their guests. In Banquo's ghost scene, we can better understand to what extent Macbeth suffers from his paranoia. It also shows the supernatural at another level and the results of involving yourself with the supernatural. Macbeth's hallucination of the ghost reflects a sense of metaphysical dread that consumes the royal couple as they feel the fateful force of their deeds coming back to haunt them. Banquo's ghost scene has been interpreted and displayed differently across many productions. I chose to compare and analyze the ghost scene through two different film productions. The following clip is from the Macbeth production of 1997 by Jeremy Freeston, with Lady Macbeth played by Helen Baxendale and Macbeth played by Jason Connery. Really take notice of how Freeston chose to represent Banquo's ghost.
My good luck.
This representation of Banquo's ghost is particularly gruesome and symbolizes Macbeth's gruesome personality. Earlier in the play, Macbeth was completely calm and satisfied when the murderers told him they had murdered Banquo with 20 hacks to the face. Banquo used to be an ally, a friend, someone who Macbeth confided in, and so when Macbeth casually accepts the fact that his friend had such a brutal death, it really shows what an evil person Macbeth has become. Freeston emphasizes the theme of the supernatural by including the visual representation of Banquo's ghost. Macbeth sees Banquo's ghost as he and he only can visualize and understand the supernatural. Banquo and Macbeth both confronted the supernatural in Act 1. There, Banquo warned Macbeth about the evil power which can remain hidden behind his supernatural soliciting. Now Banquo himself becomes a part of the supernatural and shows Macbeth its evil potential. Freeston's decision to include Banquo's ghost shows the path that Macbeth could have chosen, as well as serving as a reminder of Macbeth's deeds. Banquo's ghost represents the horrors Macbeth committed to gain the crown and the innocent blood he spilled. Banquo's haunting unnerves Macbeth and unsettles his conscience. Also, Freeston uses Banquo's ghost to symbolize the corruption of Scotland's political and moral health. Freeston, like Shakespeare, uses this scene involving supernatural elements to increase the audience's sense of foreboding and ill omen. The second clip is from the adaptation of Macbeth from 1979, directed by Philip Casson, with Judi Dench playing Lady Macbeth and Ian McKellen playing Macbeth. Watch in this clip how Casson portrays Macbeth when Macbeth sees Banquo's ghost.
The fit is momentary, upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you will offend him and extend his passion. Are you a man?
I and a bold one that dare look on that, which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff, this is a very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts. Impostors to true fear would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire authorized by her grandam. Shame it.
In this adaptation of Macbeth, there is no visual representation of Banquo's ghost. This shows Macbeth's ultimate insanity, as we can't see the ghost, indicating that there was no real ghost, and Macbeth's mental state is deteriorating. Casson uses no visual representation of Banquo's ghost to show to what extent Macbeth suffers from his paranoia. Casson allows the audience to relate more to the guests of the banquet because the people watching are also unable to see a ghost, which causes them to similarly judge Macbeth like the guests would. Macbeth's bizarre behavior puzzles and disturbs his guests, confirming their impression that he is mentally troubled. This sense of puzzlement can also be felt by the audience. McKellen's physical reactions show Macbeth's fear and guilt that have completely overwhelmed him. Since Macbeth is the only person in the banquet who can see Banquo's ghost, it indicates that the ghost is not real, but a delusion, a manifestation of his evil subconscious. Casson uses no visual representation of Banquo to show Macbeth's guilty subconscious, which emphasizes the theme of ambition. After watching these two clips, hopefully you have a better understanding of possible intentions directors had in producing this scene a certain way. In clip 1, by using the visual representation of Banquo's ghost, Freeston particularly focused on the supernatural elements. In clip 2, with no visual representation of Banquo's ghost, Casson focused on Macbeth's tormented mind and this effect. Personally, I enjoyed watching clip 1, where I could see Banquo's ghost. It had a much greater impact on me than the clip where there was no visual representation. Seeing the destructive and affected Banquo caused me to see Macbeth as a more disturbed character, as I related Banquo's ghost appearance to the way he probably looked when he was murdered. Also, the graphic display of the ghost is something modern viewers expect in a drama, so was something I enjoyed. Furthermore, seeing the ghost reminded me of the supernatural elements and how Macbeth brought all these troubles on himself. However, the director in the second clip makes Macbeth seem more crazy and mental because we cannot see a ghost. In the first clip, although I know Macbeth is hallucinating, it is not as obvious as the second clip because we see a ghost. But in both productions, I felt the directors did a good job in exploring an important theme of the play, Macbeth, whether it be the supernatural elements or Macbeth's dark ambition.